Welcome to you, our esteemed viewers. It is the 295th episode of Erongo Talk, your favorite and definitely most trustworthy online news show. We are coming to you all the way from Iris Boutique in Walvis Bay. Today, we celebrate Left-Handers Day, and Anna Martkreer from Walvis Bay chats about her epic journey as the physiotherapist of Team Namibia at the recently concluded Tokyo 2020 Olympics. Also stay tuned for some news, the entertainment vibes, some sports news, your daily weather update and the tides. Sit back, relax and enjoy today's edition of Erongo Talk with us. In today's news, a manhunt is on for two suspects implicated in an armed robbery that took place at Woermannsbroek in Mondesa, Swakopmund yesterday morning. The two were part of a gang of armed robbers and are on the run after the incident where 147,000 Namibian dollars was stolen. So far, 37,000 Namibian dollars has been recovered and two suspects have been arrested by the police in Walvis Bay, confirmed Inspector Eleni Shapumba of the Erongo Police. The third suspect, who is still on the run, has been identified as an Oshiwambu-speaking Namibian male, Malakia Shikongo Naubeb. He is driving a Toyota Corolla, also known as a Donkey Botswana, silver in color with registration number N20615S. It is suspected that he fled either to the north or the Khomas region. A fourth suspect, who has not been identified yet, is suspected to have been shot during the robbery and may be seriously wounded. You can catch more stories and stay ahead of developments in the region by visiting our website www.erongo.com.na.
Okay, with us here is Anna Martkreer, who I'd like to call is a national celebrity. Now, Anna Mart, you've just returned as physiotherapist for the Team Namibia at the Tokyo 2020 Olympics, and you received a hero's welcome on Tuesday. Just tell us about the feeling, being back.
You know, to be part of a team, firstly, to be part of a team is such a privilege, and I enjoyed every moment. It was absolutely fantastic. The medal of Christine was absolute bonus, and obviously due to the success and the success of the team, we had this astounding, or we received with the community and the press, and I mean the fire brigade even. They spurted water over the plane, and everybody was there. We were escorted with the police through all these people. The Harley Davidson was there making noises.
Awesome.
It was goosebumps as I sit here to experience that. Then into the government medical aid, receiving flowers, and that all with the team, and it's the spirit of what we all experienced there together. So yeah, to answer your question, it was a phenomenal experience. I feel very privileged. It was totally amazing.
Yeah, no, it was just awesome seeing it. So I can only imagine the feeling of being there and being part of it.
And the bonus of that all was after all of that, we went to the through town or the city, sharing our experience, waving at all the people. Everybody was friendly. We were throwing our T-shirts with Christine and Beatrice's signatures onto all the kids, and that was with the fire brigade. That was also an experience on its own. And then, of course, the highlight also was to spend time with the Excellency President at the State House, having dinner there with all the athletes, the team, all the ministers. It was totally, definitely once in a lifetime experience.
Awesome stuff. Like I said, national celebrity.
Stop it.
Now, Anamart, you were the physiotherapist of Team Namibia. Can you please tell us about your role at the Tokyo 2020 Olympics?
Yeah, we were basically two medical people. So it was myself and Dr. Weber that fulfilled. We were CLOs, liaisons also for COVID. So I was basically assistant for Dr. Weber, especially the first week before I was there, helping out because we were tested every single day and there's a lot of processing with regards to that. So he was basically the main CLO for the COVID testing and I fulfilled the role of physiotherapist. So what that entailed is basically to any need that the athletes, anything that the athletes are in need of, I'm there for. That can be anything from loosening up, doing joint mobilizations, if they have injuries, if they're handling off acute injuries, strapping, if they're tight in a specific area, if they feel that there's something that needs work with their body's musculoskeletal, joint, soft tissue, whatever the case may be, then I fulfill in the purpose, I assess. So very important for me is to assess functionality and movement. See what the problem is, identify the issue, should there be any issue, and then basically do physiotherapy accordingly and use different modalities. I had a combination machine there with TENS, ultrasound, needles, cupping, myofascial release, fascia. So there's so many tools in my toolbox that I use, and that's my role. So as physiotherapist, seeing outpatients and hospital patients, that is basically exactly the same what I did there for sport injuries.
So you've been there from the start, from the Olympics?
Yeah, I was privileged to be there from the start with our head of delegation, Harold Augustine, and I've been there till the end. Interesting, the athletes only had the opportunity to come in 5 days before the event and they had to leave 2 days after, except for 1 or 2 that had to stay for the closing ceremony.
Yes.
So logistically, there was definitely a few things that was different. The runners, like you do the marathon, access 800 kilometers from us. So I couldn't give the service to them specifically because it was so far, and I also had the responsibility for the other athletes. But yeah, I think that was my role, to be there for everybody except for the marathon runners and really make a difference there.
Awesome. Now, aside from being the physiotherapist of Team Namibia, you're also the photographer. Please tell us about that, Anamart.
I always joke and say I'm the VP, photographer, so physiotherapist, photographer. So it's always great. I do have a little bit of self-taught photography skills, and I actually enjoy wildlife photography. That's how it started actually, and it developed into a bit of commercial photography and sport photography. Not planned, but it just worked out that way. And also the previous Olympics, it was always great for me to capture moments and share that with the athletes specifically, so that they have a memory, because they're training, they participating, they don't have time to really do this. Also, the media can't always come in the areas where I'm already there as a part of the delegation. I can see things and experience things more on a personal capacity behind the scenes, which the media are not allowed to do. So for me to contribute on other levels and to the team and the memories and all of that, for me was actually a privilege, and I really enjoyed it. So it's part of what I like to do. It's a hobby of mine, and why not share it with the team? Why not use it? All the photos that you've seen is actually, I didn't take a full frame camera or anything. I just used my phone and edited and shared it, and we shared it on the group. And I also made it available to anyone that wants to use it to promote the athletes as well and do marketing for them. And of course, obviously, if people wanted to use it for their marketing, their products or anything, if they sponsor the athlete, at the end of the day, they gave me a photo credit, which I'm grateful for.
Awesome.
But it's there for them, and to share the experience also with the public. That's why I have a following on Facebook, and it was great for me. And the responses of the public were amazing, so that they could follow the journey with the team specifically as well. So I think due to that also, we contributed with photos and communication on social media to people actually watching the event and being part of all the excitement and how everything is going. So I'm not officially a photographer. That's just my
side hustle.
My side hustle, and I really enjoyed it. It was great for me to be part of that too.
Yeah, no, it was awesome seeing your pictures, and it was especially awesome seeing people realizing that it's Anamart from Hawfish Bay, and they were like, yeah, it's Anamart from the physiotherapy.
Celebrity. At the end of the day, what I always tell people is, because there's a big hoo-ha and all of that, and I really enjoyed that people appreciate what I did. But at the end of the day, the why of physiotherapy for me is to make a difference, and to be able and fortunate enough to contribute as part of a team, not as an individual, to something bigger than yourself or the success of the individual. For me, gives meaning to life,
Exactly.
and I think that makes me tick.
Yes.
So, yes, I did a job. Yes, I think everybody were happy with my service. I did the best that I can for each and every athlete, not just for our sprinters that had great success. But to make a difference and to be part of something amazing.
Yes.
So that for me was my role, and I don't see myself as a celebrity at all. I see myself as a local physiotherapist who had the opportunity, that was chosen by the AMOC to be there for our team, and also work with coaches, the athletes, the head of delegation, all the people behind the scenes as well.
Yes.
The success of the athletes, is coming from a lot of different individuals and sponsors and trusts and all of those things. So at the end of the day, it comes together to the success of the patient by contributing, and I was just a small part of that.
Yes, but we were so proud. I mean, you're from Hawfish Bay, you're based in Hawfish Bay, so that's why we can't stop talking about Anna Mart, physiotherapist. Now, Anna Mart, the Tokyo 2020 Olympics took part during the pandemic. You probably could not do any sightseeing.
Yeah, unfortunately, that was part of the, we didn't take anybody with it. That couldn't get into the village, that couldn't be spectators at the event. So you couldn't share that with loved ones that they wanted to travel with you. And we had to stay in the village at all times due to COVID and due to the fact that we were able to have the Olympics. That was one of the Japanese government and all of that decided to be safe for everybody, which we accepted. I think it actually contributed a lot to camaraderie. I mean, you've seen people that sharing medals that didn't, there was just so many things. I actually get goosebumps. I think the things were different, but it also led to many other positive things.
Definitely.
So we didn't travel, but there was a lot of other things that we experienced that was new.
Yeah, because I saw a lot of the people, they were gathering these pins.
The pins is actually something that comes from the Olympics from previous centuries. I mean, that's not something specifically that we've done. But that is a unique thing that happens to take place. So you share and exchange pins, and also you get to know the other teams.
Oh, nice.
So that was actually not something specifically for COVID, but something that we actually do every Olympics.
Oh, that's awesome. That's very cool. It was very cool to see it on TV. Yeah. And then just, Anna Mart, when the girls were in the final, it's the 200-meter finals, everybody was in front of their TVs. They were watching and they were waiting. Where were you at the time when the girls were running?
Okay, so I was there. Basically, I worked with the girls before the participation, before the heats. Whatever their needs were, I tried to fulfill and contribute. I also work with the so he will also tell me, I want you to work on this or this.
Yes.
At the from the perspective of a coach. And we also worked on the approach to the events. I also added information to the coach, which I've seen perhaps could be better or just contribute to the current preparation and things that I think that I've, from my experience, felt that worked well for other athletes and shared that knowledge. So my role specifically with them is before the final. Yes. What I did there is we were there about 4 hours before the event started. So obviously there's a little bit of tension, but these two girls, I must say, because they're so young, I think they're too young to stress. If you're under 20, you don't stress about stuff. But anyway, so what I tried to do specifically on that day, because at the end of the day, you participate to be the best. And do you have a PB or perform against yourself or to better yourself as an individual sports person, because you're young and you're working through something bigger, say perhaps the Paris Olympics.
Yes.
So what I'm trying to say is that there's things that contribute, and you have to basically consider everything.
Yes.
So my role there. And what I wanted to say actually is that so you basically compete against yourself, and now you're in a final.
Yes.
And that changed the scenario a little bit more pressure due to the press and all of that, the expectation from the country and all of that for on one side. But also now you're running for a medal.
Exactly.
You run to win.
Yes.
I give you sponsor again. You don't run just against yourself. You
Yes.
you want to do your best, and you don't have. Never expected them to be in the final. Yes. I think Christine, to be honest with you, I ran 200 meter before. In a race
before the Olympics.
Wow. And they didn't have enough time to prepare. They actually 400 meter athletes, so no one expected them to perform as well. So it was absolutely fantastic, and we're all overwhelmed. The coach was so happy. So what we did, I did was basically breathing exercises to calm them down, taught them how to do that. I also did like passive mobilization of all the joints throughout the body. Ask them to close their eyes, do the breathing exercises, just loosen everything in the body. Just like, specifically things that I do and did it in a specific way.
Yes.
I think every fisher does things differently.
Yes.
Then I contributed and did the dynamic warm-up with them basically. Before as preparation for the running part.
Yes.
They then came back to me and I then did muscle activation techniques, which is more aggressive, which direct and targeting specific muscle groups and joints, specifically for performing as sprinters. So, so I worked about an hour and a half on each goal during the 4 hours before the race. And and also with preparation, the semi-finals, we had ice baths, Dr. Weber did ice baths. So we were also, the recovery and that played a very important role as well. So in short, I hope I didn't speak too much. But in short, that's basically what we did. And when necessary, static stretches and soft mobilization, cupping, cupping activation on specific areas where they felt there was a little bit of need to get circulation to the area. And more sport-specific or massage techniques that really increases the circulation to that specific muscles. So it was totally amazing.
Awesome. And while they were running, you were in the stands cheering.
So I was actually in the stand cheering, having my GoPro, capturing the moment of everybody there. It was
awesome.
Just, I think it was the best moment of my career.
Awesome.
It was a highlight of my career.
Definitely.
This whole experience.
Awesome.
And it also the team spirit. I mean, we had so much fun at the airport. I was actually sprinting against Christine at the airport. She shared my Instagram. I think she shared a little video. I told her, you have to run slow. I want to be the fastest physio in this country.
Yes.
In the world. So I was running. I was, extending my chest, going over the line first. I'm officially the fastest physio in the world.
Awesome. That's so awesome. Now, and just finally, Anamart, what's next for you now?
You know what? For me, I take day by day, and for me, it's to improve the lives of people. And specifically at this point, I'm more focusing on my practice and the physios that works with me. So, giving them the tools and opportunities to empower themselves and increase their knowledge, set an example, try to inspire young people, and still try to send that message to colleagues and friends, and that what physiotherapy is all about, to share that. I think for me, if I can carry that over to other colleagues of mine, so that this physio is there, so you can make a difference. It's not about the celebrity part or all of the things that's going on at the moment. It's about making that difference, caring, contributing to something that's bigger than ourselves, and really, really realize that it's a calling that we work. So I think I don't have the next big thing that I plan. I mean, obviously, if the government or the NRC wants me to contribute to the Commonwealth or Paris or whatever, I'll do my service to my country and I will definitely make myself available for that. But for me is, at this point, to focus on my practice, my colleagues, making sure everybody is okay, especially in this COVID times. Our practice was the only one at the coast that actually saw the COVID patients in a hospital at Bollinger Clinic, Red Zone, Yellow Zone and ICU. And it was tough. It was a tough time, so I think focusing on my colleagues, their health, their mental health, making sure everybody's okay for me is more important than the next thing.
Yeah, the next big thing. Awesome, inspiring stuff. Thank you so much, Anamart.
Really appreciate it. Thank you.
what better way to start the weekend off with some entertainment news? Swakopmund-based rapper Faith Smart Boy Namasep was recently nominated for 2 awards at the second edition of the Youth Eminence Awards Ghana. The Verpa hitmaker was recognized for the Best Music Video of the Year as well as the High Life Song of the Year at the International Awards. The incredible visuals for his hit No Lie earned him recognition for the Music Video of the Year, a song in which he collaborated with the 2011 Namibian Annual Music Awards Male Artist of the Year, Jerome Jericho Kavanagh. His second nomination for High Life Song of the Year is for the catchy hit Bokor Bokor, which he recently recorded with Ghanaian superstar Aima Nova. With the artist with the most votes to be awarded, the Manu Bate hitmaker urged everyone to lend him their support by voting for him. And finally, Namibia's representative at the 4th edition of the Miss Tourism pageant, Martina Pieper, was the Miss Tourism Ambassador of the Humanity Accolade winner at the global event. The beauty queen vowed to use her influence as the Ambassador of Humanity to continue with the involvement in social responsibility projects she is currently involved with. Pieper also did the country proud by finishing in the top 10 out of 26 global contestants at the pageants, which took place online. She described the experience as quite unique. The Miss Tourism Pageant 2021 consisted of 6 different titles. The winners of the respective titles are Miss Tourism International Ecuador, Miss Tourism Universe Philippines, Miss Tourism World Japan, Miss Tourism Earth Peru, and Miss Tourism Globe Singapore. Now, if you'd like to stay abreast of what's happening in the entertainment industry, go and visit our website at www.erongo.com.na.
Everything's gonna be alright. Don't you worry about a thing. We're gonna have an easy time. Don't you worry about a thing.
Hi there, I'm Rian Smith, and this is...
And Django.
And we're here to tell you that you should always start your show with a bang. Because you gotta say it. For example, you could start with like that. Or you could start with something more gentle, such as... Whatever you need to do to grab the audience's attention and make them know that you're there, and they should take notice. Thank you. This is our lesson for today.
And now for some sports news. Namibian Olympic marathon swimmer Philip Seidler says he is satisfied with his 16th place finish at the 10-kilometer marathon swim at the Tokyo Olympics. Known to many as Flippy, the swimmer said it was quite a unique experience to represent his country at the highest stage in the world. Seidler said he arrived at the Olympics as an underdog, rated 24th out of 26 swimmers, and defied the odds. Having swum at the World Cup in Seychelles during a professional water series recently prepared him mentally, as those conditions are similar to that he experienced in Tokyo. In our second story, the Namibian Football Association executive is expected to recommend and endorse the appointment of a new national team coach before the end of August, President Ranga Haikali said. 6 shortlisted coaches were interviewed for the top spot this week. Haikali, who could not confirm the names of all the coaches involved, said they expect the coach appointment to be completed before Namibia's next World Cup qualifier assignment. The NFA is racing against the clock to have a coach appointed permanently ahead of the country's first qualifier match to be played on the 1st of September. The national team is currently under the leadership of interim coach Bobby Samaria. The Brave Warriors' immediate assignment is against Congo in the World Cup qualifiers in South Africa. Namibia will then battle Togo away on the 5th of September before taking on Senegal on 6th of October. You can catch much more news from all over on our recently launched TV channel 1up2.com. Stay tuned for the expected temperatures for the major towns in the Erongo region as well as your tides. And with that, we've come to the end of today's show. Go join our online family of more than 80,000 followers. You just need to like our Erongo Facebook page and visit our website www.erongo.com.na for information and news about our region. Send us your news tips, video clips, or if you would like to advertise and reach over 1 million potential customers, contact us via WhatsApp on 08117 00040. I repeat that number for you. It's 08117 00040. And if you need of quality company, check out our NMH TV channel 1up2.com. Remember, it's really in your hands to make a difference in the fight against COVID. Go get vaccinated. Keep on sanitizing those hands. Wear your mask. Practice social distance and stay safe. Wishing you a splendid weekend, and until next time, cheerio.
If I could turn back time, Lord, I wouldn't mind to restart the clock again. If I could turn back time, Lord, I wouldn't mind to aim for a different end. If I could turn back time, Lord, I wouldn't mind, Lord, I wouldn't mind. If I could turn back time, Lord, I wouldn't mind, Lord, I wouldn't mind. And I would save everyone that I could. Stop so many from feeling a pain that they never should. And I wouldn't spend one dime on things that didn't matter in the end. I'd hold on to every gift I got, like the ones I'll never get again. If I could turn back time, Lord, I wouldn't mind to restart the clock again. If I could turn back time, Lord, I wouldn't mind to aim for a different end. If I could turn back time, Lord, I wouldn't mind, Lord, I wouldn't mind. If I could turn back time, Lord, I wouldn't mind, Lord, I wouldn't mind. And I would be kinder to some and colder to others. I would know I can trust as my sisters and brothers. wouldn't waste my time on people who bring me down. I'd say yes to every chance I got that ever came around. If I could turn back time, Lord, I wouldn't mind to restart the clock again. If I could turn back time, Lord, I wouldn't mind to aim for a different end. If I could turn back time, Lord, I wouldn't mind, Lord, I wouldn't mind. If I could turn back time, Lord, I wouldn't mind, Lord, I wouldn't mind. If I could give the ride another go with everything that I now know, I think it would end up the same, and that's okay. If hindsight is 20/20, then everyone's blind. It's easy to predict a past once you've left it behind. If I could turn back time, Lord, I wouldn't mind to restart the clock again.